It's the Reedie Zee Show. Reedie Zee Show. Reedie Zee Show. It's the Reedie Zee Show.
Reedie Zee Monday Command. We are officially back with breaking news coming from the Oval. President 45/47, Donald Trump, along with Muriel Bowser, Josh Harris, and company, to announce the 2027 NFL Draft to be here in the District of Columbia, and much more here to come on Reedie Zee Monday Command, and it starts now.
It's the Reedie Zee Show. Reedie Zee Show. It's the Reedie Zee Show. Reedie Zee Show. Reedie Zee Show.
What's good, bro? Do you want to get right into it, or you want to explain a little bit before we get right into it?
I mean, you did a little bit explaining, but for those who just hopped on after the intro, yes, DC is set to host the NFL Draft in 2027, and we are bringing up your president of the United States shortly to announce it. Stand by.
Country, because it's, to me, a very big deal. I'd like to thank NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, Washington Commanders owner Josh Harris, and Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser, Secretary Scott Turner, Secretary Doug Burgum, and I see Howard Lutnick is here too, Commerce, and some others that if I could see past the press, I'd name you, but I can't. I'm pleased to reveal that the 2027 NFL Draft, that's a big thing, will be held right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., on the National Mall, and you get a little glimpse of it. I was just saying to Roger, I don't think there's ever been anything like that. That's a good idea. In fact, maybe we could use it for other things also. I have an idea. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be something that nobody else will ever be able to duplicate that, I don't suspect. It's very exciting. Every year, hundreds of young football players have their dreams come true as the NFL teams across the land, and you just saw that last week. Select the best young players in America to join their ranks. Hundreds of thousands of football fans will travel all across our country to cheer them on in person. We expect, would you say, more than 100,000 people, I think. What is the capacity would you think it can hold? Because the mall can actually hold up to 1 million people if you go all the way back. What do you think?
3 days will be over 1 million.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be. Local businesses are bringing jobs and tourism to the heart of our capital. The draft is a celebration of one of our country's most cherished cultural institutions and the annual highlights for football fans everywhere. Everyone in the world is going to be watching. We look forward to welcoming people from across the nation, from all over the world. Last month, the Washington Commanders and the D.C. government also announced a major deal to build a brand new 65,000-seat football arena at the site of the RFK Stadium in Eastern Capitol Hill. And I don't think there is a better site anywhere in the world than that site. You know, he's a friend of mine. He's a very successful guy. There's a reason for it. It's amazing. It sat there for years, and people were talking about stadiums in 25 different sites. I said, they're not talking about the best site. That's the best site there is. Bringing professional football back into the district from Maryland. And not only are these announcements great for the NFL, but they also advance the mission of making Washington, D.C. safe and clean and beautiful. And we're working very closely with the mayor, as you know, and we've made a lot of improvements in the last few months, and it's getting to look really strong. Crime is way down, and there's a good relationship we have going with Muriel. So I want to thank you very much. And would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Mr. President.
The mayor, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, sorry. Well, greetings. I'm Muriel Bowser. I'm the mayor of the best city in the world and also the sports capital. And we are delighted to be here with the Washington Commanders, the NFL, and the president to talk about this very exciting announcement for Washington, D.C. We believe in investing in sports because they have helped us transform neighborhoods, and the NFL bringing this event to the nation's capital will help us fill hotel rooms, our restaurants, and Americans from all 50 states will come to their nation's capital and enjoy our beautiful city and museum. So we're just delighted to be here, and we want to thank everybody for all the hard work to get here.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Mr. President, thank you. We're honored to be here in the Oval Office, and to have you announce the 2027 NFL Draft is a special treat. So thank you for your support. Also, thank you for your support in the Commanders' new stadium. We agree it's going to be a great site. We think it's going to be great for our fans here, and it's great to come back home. And so we're very excited about that. Josh is leading the way on our behalf, and the mayor, so we thank both of them for that. We also want to thank you because in the first term, you helped us get a Canadian trade deal, which we want to make sure we note again and make sure you know.
Does not like me too much. They gave a great American company a lot of money that you deserved, frankly. So
Well, thank you. The draft has really become one of the great entertainment and sports events. Just a week ago in Green Bay, we had over 600,000 people attend. The year before in Detroit, we had close to 800,000. As the president remarked, we believe we'll be well over 1 million when we come here to DC in 2027. So we not only believe it's a great site, we believe it's consistent with what the president said, which is investing in our communities, investing specifically here in the nation's capital, one that I grew up here in Washington, DC, and is particularly important. We think we can have a tremendous impact on this community, and it will not just be an event, it will be something that will show the world how far the nation's capital has come and where it's going. So we're very excited about that. And we thank everybody here. We thank you for your support. We know it's going to be a great event. Mr. President, we thank you again.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good luck with it.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. President, thank you very much. We wouldn't be here without you. Thank you for your leadership in terms of the stadium, and now what a great day for Washington. I mean, to host the NFL Draft in 2027 on the Mall. I believe we'll get over 1 million people, and it's going to be an amazing day, and it'll showcase what Washington's all about, but it'll also showcase what our country's all about. Washington is the gateway city to our country, and it'll be an amazing day, and we can't wait to get started. And I couldn't have done it without my partners, Roger Goodell, thank you, and Mayor Muriel Bowser. And we're ready to get to work. And I can't imagine RFK coming back. I grew up here. DC used to stop and on Sundays, and everyone would be inside watching football, or everyone would be glued at the stadium. And so we want to bring that back. And football really is as essential to the culture of America. We all love it. We all watch it, and it brings people together. And so what a great way to celebrate the United States of America, the NFL, and the Washington Commanders. And President Trump, we leave on your desk a Trump jersey. You are the ultimate commander, so it is a Commander's jersey. There's no bird on it, but we appreciate you, and thank you for everything you've done, and look forward to the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's it. I mean, yeah, National Mall, NFL Draft in 2027. Roger Goodell said about 1 million people over the 3 days. How you feel about that? Everybody out there in your city, Reedie, where where you grew up, what you feeling like? You on mute.
My bad. It's lit. I mean, it's up for the city, and it just kind of solidifies what we was talking about the other day. And I'm on record saying, like, the DC Council, the people that are not on board, how could you not be on board? The league is trying to put so much economic growth into this community as it relates to, just finances and obviously it's going to be more jobs for the draft. I mean, even though it's a weekend, but it's still a win for the city, how much money they're putting into the city as far as the metro and all of the other things that, are going to be affected by this, bringing the draft here. Like, this is one of the big ticket items, to come to DC in quite a while. And then, so the DC Council got to get on board with this stadium deal. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, it's a win-win, and it looks like the league's on board with it, with everything, and they're trying to put money back into DC. So, we don't need no issues when it comes time for this vote, So, but I think it's big though for the draft. We were just talking about like going to the draft and like, this, that, and the third. And I was going to suggest that we go next year in Pittsburgh because it's closer. But damn, then you followed up and come here in 2027. So that's just even solidifies it going into year 4 of Jaden Daniels' tenure is just going to be up and probably going to be a contract extension that year too. So I'm just here for it.
Yeah, definitely. Just to kind of echo some of the things you said, they're definitely trying to uplift this city and bring some life back to it. Especially centered around the stadium. As you see, they kind of, we get it. They rubbing shoulders a little bit. Trump, he had a little statement last week. He kind of felt some type of way that he wasn't a part of the stadium talks or, part of the announcement in some sense. So they doubled back and let him announce this NFL draft thing. That's my take on it. And it's cool. But, I do think that it's a good look for this area, for the city. We haven't had anything like this since they had the NBA All-Star Weekend here. And that was in the 90s. I was a kid. That was back when it was MCI Center. I remember those days. So, it's definitely going to be exciting to kind of be in the mix and be a part of something like that. It's going to be events. It's just going to be all these stars are going to be out. I think the kids will enjoy it. And I think it's just going to be up. But also, like, as we talked about with the stadium, that's just going to just enhance everything about, bringing back that football nostalgia. I mean, yeah, we was in Maryland and the fans was the fans and we still was hyped, but getting back to where we originated, even though it's 5 years from now, every day I'm looking at it like just super excited. So I just can't wait till 2030 gets here and we experiencing that. So big things to come for us. Big things to come for us for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, anybody that's on the stream, if you haven't already done so, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can get informative videos like this. We try to go live when breaking news and things of that nature happens, but life happens too. So we may not be able to go live. This is not a full-time job for us. We work regular jobs just like everybody else. So we get on when we can get on. But with that being said, let's just move this along and
we could talk about the let's talk about the jersey numbers announcements. We got some images we're gonna pull up. First off, we're gonna start with the rookies. They announced jersey numbers, and this is all subject to potentially change. At the beginning of the season, because after camp and they have the final cuts, guys get moved or traded. However, guys like to go out and switch their numbers. So, starting with first round draft pick Josh Connolly Jr., he'll be rocking number 72. Our second round draft pick Trey Amos, he's rocking 23, previously of Lattimore. Remember Lattimore switched his number in the offseason to number 2, backfilling Diami in that jersey. So with Lattimore getting that switch that freed up 23 for Amos. And remember, last week, Amos kind of tweeted the number 23. That's the number that he wore at Alabama. He tweeted himself in that jersey number, and there was a lot of talks that he might get that number. So that's pretty much what he'll be rocking. Then we got our 4th round pick, Jalen Lane. He's going to be rocking the 83, the same number that he wore in college at V-Tech. Our 6th round pick, Kane Madrano. He'll be rocking 56. He wore number 20 in college, but he's rocking the old 5'6". And then last but not least, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. He'll be rocking the 32. 32 for him. And then Reedie's going to announce the free agent signings and their new numbers.
So for Will Harris, the safety that came over from the Saints, he'll be rocking number 3. My guy, me and Juan Gotti's guy, Michael Gallup, we think he's going to make a return to that form he was at in that 2019 season with the Cowboys. He'll be rocking the 12. That was previously worn by Luke McCaffrey. Josh Johnson will be wearing number 14. The new kicker, Matt Gay, will be wearing 16. Jonathan Jones, the corner from the Patriots that came over via free agency, will be wearing 31. Javon Kinlaw, the big signing of the offseason, the one that everybody is waiting to see what's going to happen with him, if the money is worth it with him, if he can be that dominant defensive tackle that we are looking for. Will be wearing 52, previously worn by Zee's guy, Jamin Davis.
Stop it.
Nate Herbig, the guard that came over from Pittsburgh, I believe, he'll be rocking 53. Jacob Martin's going to be in 55. Foster Sorrell is going to be wearing 79. Dietrich Wise is going to be wearing the Heartbreak Kid his jersey.
That's my guy.
Dietrich Wise, Ryan Kerrigan's jersey. So we're going to see what that. And then Eddie Goldman, another guy, inside guy, is going to be wearing 97. So these are the jerseys that the free agents and the rookies will be wearing this season. I mean, it's probably going to change, but, this is what the first dibs is going to be.
Yeah, for sure. And then the second part of our, before we get into the second part of our show, the topic, let's look at the comments, see if anybody said anything. A few people said that it's going to be awesome to have the draft here. They love that idea. Rodney said he loved us. He had to hop off and get back to work. Sent out some love. Somebody else said they hope Trump didn't get on and say anything dumb. But yeah, and then we're talking about the shocking undrafted free agent that the Commanders were able to sign after the draft. He went wide receiver, Louisville, Ja'Cory Brooks. So we have 2 Ja'Corys on our team, and we're going to bring up the highlights real quick and show this guy because I got a nice prediction for you. I'm going to hold on to it after the clip.
Just 4. Shock on the rollout. Gets one-on-one.
Shock's going to let it fly. Down the sideline, a catch. We're around the same area.
For an injured player.
And then a holding penalty by Redmond called it back. But while you have a defensive back draped all over him, it's the true freshman.
Catch at the end of regulation. Shock has a man wide open. Brooks again.
And they've got to clean that up in this second half.
Shuck. It's Brooks. Then he gets free. Still on his feet deep into Virginia territory. Tries to deke a defender in.
Gets it out quickly. Gets it to Brooks. Ja'Cory. Brooks turns the corner. First down loop. Shot for Brooks. Made the catch.
Believe that he caught it. I still don't believe he was interfered with and had to do a full pirouette.
Moving to his left, looking. Back across the middle. Touchdown, loop.
4-man rush. And it flushes Shuck out of the pocket. He's got one-on-one. Bryce
Breaking free is Brooks. Ja'Cory Brooks. Chuck well protected.
How did this guy go undrafted?
Chuck again over the middle, this time to Ja'Cory.
Play fake again. Chuck plants, fires downfield, wants Brooks, who holds it in.
Chuck rolling out, has a man open, it's Brooks. Shaney in the backfield to open up this drive. Brooks in motion. And that shovel pass to Brooks, and Brooks has speed. Use the stiff.
Thompson in motion. Play action. Shuck under pressure. Throws it off his back foot. In the end zone. Touchdown.
What the youngest call that, Reedie? Head top.
How elite he is by
Isaac Brown in the backfield with
Head
Shuck.
top.
Shuck play action all day. Delivers to the sidelines. Complete to Brooks at the 40. Dragging defender.
by 31 points that he's still out there right now.
Play action. Quick bubble screen to Ja'Cory Brooks. He's
Good
got the
block.
outside. Still on the move. And play action. Shuck under pressure. Throws it to the boundary. It's complete there to
Rush 4. Chuck finds a soft spot in the zone. Wide
Excuse
open.
me.
It's Ja'Cory Brooks. A first down.
Shuck with time. Fires over the middle. And it's caught. Shuck. Quick pass to the boundary. Brooks makes a man miss. Brooks on the run. Brooks
He gets a lot of time, and that's the easiest touchdown.
The football. And Ja'Cory Brooks once again working on battle. I don't know what.
2nd and 9 here. Play action. Shuck finds Brooks on the outside.
So yeah, so what you think about him, Reedie, just from the tapes?
I mean, I'm saying the same sentiment. How did this guy go undrafted? I feel like he can make catches at all levels of the field, short, intermediate, and deep. He got a little bit of speed, he got a little bit of will, he got that like I'm always saying, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be interesting, it's gonna be fun to watch this in training camp and rookie mini camp coming up in a few weeks and see like some of these guys that they brought in. And as I continue to just do my research on these guys, it's just like, damn, like they like some of these young guys got an opportunity to come in here and take some spots. It's the competition is really it's going to be a good competition from what I've seen thus far.
Yeah, I'm loving it. And definitely, you know what I mean, just to kind of talk about it a little bit, Ja'Cory Brooks, he's listed as 6'3", 195. He went to Louisville last year. He was a former 5-star recruit from IMG Academy. He began his collegiate career at Alabama, but he transferred his final year eligibility to Louisville. Last year, he played 12 games, 61 receptions, 1,013 yards, 9 touchdowns. He averaged 16.6 yards per catch, and he had 5 games where he was over 100 yards. That performance earned him a first-team All-ACC, placing him among the top receivers in the conference. I'm looking at his scouting report. They said contested catchability. He excels in contested situations, have good size and catch radius, ball tracking, strong ball tracking skills, especially on deep routes, route runner. He runs vertical routes with urgency, creating opportunities underneath with patterns and exploiting defense coverages and blocking. A big thing that Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury, they love with their receivers to block. They said he definitely can contribute in the run game. He's very physical, and he has a team-first mentality, which sounds like, you know, that commander that everybody keeps saying that our players are. And of course, there's some areas of improvement. He's not top-end speed guy, but he definitely he can do better, you know, creating more separation. But as you see, he's savvy. You know what I mean? He's not, like I said, he's not not the fastest guy out there, but he definitely can, you know, make people miss. He definitely can gain a little separation, but we'll see, you know, with him sharpening up his route running, you know what I mean, learning from the guys already in the room. I think that'll help him out a lot. So those are the areas of improvement.
What was the speed? What was the time?
I gotta look up his 40. Let me check that out real quick. But yeah, looking from that video, man, he definitely.
I mean, just
he
judging.
kind of reminded me of Michael Westbrook back in his day. What you think?
I mean, just looking at the video, I mean, I'm thinking about our roster, and I'm like, shit, I like him. I mean, I know it's a highlight. You're not saying everything, but I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna say it yet, but somebody might be in jeopardy.
But not. Don't let one. Don't piss Juan off. I already know.
I'm just saying. I mean, I would take him. I feel like he can help us. I mean, KJ Osborne. I mean, to name one, your days are numbered.
Yeah.
Luke McCaffrey.
I don't know what.
You need to step your game up. To let you
Definitely
to death.
Need to step his game up.
Shit. Michael Gallup and Noah Brown. You need to step your game up. All y'all need. The only two safe is Debo and Terry. The rest of y'all could be out of there.
And Lane. Lane is safe too.
Lane is safe. Them three. And Lane is only safe because he's an early draft pick, and he's slotted to be more of a special teams guy than he is in the receiver game. But Bryson Tremaine, all those other guys that was here on those future contracts, just go ahead and get ready to get cut because I like him over y'all. Off y'all team.
And they saying he had a slow pro day on a 40. He ran a 4.65, so he didn't do great in the 40. I'm not sure if that's why he may have not been drafted, but I mean, looking at the tape, he don't run like a 4.6.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little bit more speed than that. I say like
I would think on-field speed is a little different.
4.5 type, 4.5.
That's what I was thinking. But it says 4.65.
Yeah, that's so 4.7.
Correct. But looking at our wide receiver room, you kind of already went into it, but if you listed who makes this roster, and this is of course it's an early prediction, but we can't necessarily say that he does, but if he goes in and have a nice camp, like you said, he's knocking on some doors. You got Terry, you got Debo, you got Lane, top 3 safe. We're probably only going to keep 6 to 7 receivers. We normally keep 7, but it could end up being 6 depending on how things flow. And you got to keep in mind that Jalen Lane, with him being a receiver, so they may definitely keep an extra one. Get us back to 7, or if they just bump down to 6 because we don't have to keep another receiver just to be a punt returner. Because I think Lane will have some involvement in the offense to a certain extent. But, like I said, Terry, Debo, Lane, then you still got 3 to 4 other slots. And Noah Brown is probably the safest out of the next batch. But, no, I take that back. Luke is probably the see how that go, but you got Luke, you got Noah Brown, then Gallup is up in the air. Like you said, KJ Osborne is up in the air. The Kaz Islands, the what's the other dude? Chris Moore, like those guys. I mean, they're in a mix, but I think they're just real camp baddies. But this guy may be knocking on the door, man, and we'll see. And it's some other, undrafted free agents that was out there as well, but I don't know. This wide receiver room might get some real competition now.
Yeah, and that was considered
bottom guys.
Considered a few weeks ago a position of need, and I think I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm cool with going into the season with these guys at receivers. My take out there is still I'm still a little worrisome of our tight end room. I feel like we didn't do anything to really address that. I'm not necessarily sold that Zach Ertz is going to come in and have the same type of year he had last year. And I'm curious to see what Ben Sinat's going to do. And, John Bates is John Bates. Is he going to be more involved in the catch game? but we'll see. I mean, and the only reason I'm saying like I'm not necessarily all the way sold on Ertz is because he's getting up there in age. Like I'm not knocking his ability as a competitor or as a just a player overall, but I just think he's kind of slowing down. And if we're being honest, we've seen that last year. Like, you know what I mean? Like from what Ertz used to do in his early in his career, like in middle of his career, even when he was in Arizona, he really wasn't doing that. He was Johnny on the spot a few times, but just getting that like separation and being able to run away from people and stuff like that and stretch the field down the seams wasn't really his forte a little bit this year. So I just think we need more of an injection from those younger guys, and John Bates needs to step up a little bit more. And I think we'll be okay, but that's my worry. But the wide receiver room isn't a concern anymore. If we can stay healthy and come through training camp going into the season, but everybody healthy and on all full force, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, definitely. And there was another guy who was a lineman that did a little bit of research on. And did I ever send the link? Well, I can pull it up real quick. But they were talking about hold on one second. Share screen. They're talking about this guy here. Commanders undrafted free agent old lineman has a chance to make the 53-man roster. This is Sports Illustrated. Writer Jeremy Brenner. But they're talking about, what is his name? His name is McKay. Timothy McKay, NC State offensive lineman. Said we try and make some upgrades on the O-line. He could represent that. Breach report named McKay as a player that could make the 53 as an undrafted free agent. Says he's a sleeper. The NFL is always searching for quality offensive line, and hence why a quarter of the list is dominated by blockers. He'll have his first chance to prove himself on the team during rookie minicamp, which starts Friday. So rookie minicamp starts this Friday. So Commanders are one of those teams that needed an overhaul on their front five this season. Front office traded for Tunsil, of course, we know that, and drafted Connolly. Washington was hot and heavy after Timothy McKay, an undrafted free agent. McKay converted from right tackle to right guard, where he excelled. Trent Scott, Herbert, and Chris Paul aren't signed beyond this season. If a young and talented undrafted free agent impresses, he could easily supplement any of them. Yeah, supplement. Yeah. So definitely got to do some research on the guy, but he's somewhat that they named. And I mean, when just speaking on the O-line in general, how strong are we feeling about this O-line now that we kind of revamped it with, it's looking like it's going to be Tunsil on the left, potentially Coleman on the left at left guard, Biadasz, Cosme whenever he gets back, and then Connolly Jr. Wiley could potentially be the swing tackle, also filling in a guard. Nate Herbert will definitely be a center guard rotation guy. We still got Dieter. He's not really one of my favorites. And we still got Allegretti to be a depth guy as well. So, if you add in a guy, like they said, if the guy like McKay steps in and hoops, it makes it even more stronger. So how comfortable are you feeling with the offensive line since we've made these moves, Reedie?
Hold on, I was trying to find some highlights on McKay. I'm cool with it's just like interviews and stuff of him, and it ain't really no thing that really showing too much. Or I miss a lot of people talking about him. But I don't even see like the specific, like a lot of interviews and stuff like that. I don't see any tape really on him besides some 7-on-7 type style like tape, and that's not really gonna give me what I want to look at. But I'm cool with the offensive line as it's constructed now. I feel like you bring in a Laramie Tunsil via trade, then you if you kick, originally I was saying that you kick what's his name, Z? Coleman to right tackle, but now it makes sense to kick him in the left guard. So then that takes Allegretti out of the mix. Then, Tyler Badass is going to be our center. And obviously when Cosme comes back from injury, he's going to be the right guard. And then you plug in Connerly Jr. There. And then, you got quality depth with Herbig and, like you said, Allegretti and a Wiley, a savvy veteran. I'm hearing that he was a better guard than he is a tackle. I'm wondering if it's going to be one of those things like how it was with Coleman last year. They're going to kind of work Connerly in there, like make him earn it. So Wiley could be in and out, but it makes sense to kind of move on from Wiley because he's in the last year of his deal. And you get a little bit younger, and a little bit more athletic out there. Somebody that can get out there and run and get in front of Jaden Daniels. And if we're just being honest, everybody was talking about how good Wiley did this year. In my opinion, if you go back and you look at the tape, Jaden was running for his life on the right side. People was getting through. Jaden was just making their ass miss and getting out of there. If we being totally honest, so how good did Wiley really do, or was it just because we had Jaden Daniels and his ability to get on the move and get out of there? Now, I think that Wiley was much better in the run game, because he had an abysmal season the previous season under the aforementioned previous regime, Eric Bieniemy and Ron Rivera and company. But I think he played much better. But did he really play better, or was it one of the factors because we had a better quarterback, someone that could move a little bit better than Sam Howell did the year before that? But I think, OG Bobby Johnson got a lot to work with. They kind of beefed that room up. No Diddy pause. And, I just feel like it's going to be a room of strength moving forward, but, we'll see. I'm kind of like okay with it as it is constructed right now. Last year coming into the season, like it was like a worry about the offensive line. And I feel like they got more out of the offensive line than was originally expected, because we were like, whoa, this offensive line, like this the offensive line we going with? And nobody was sold if we remember back to that point. But I think we feel a little bit better going into this year.
Yeah, definitely gonna feel a lot bit better with this offensive line. Man, I definitely, like we said, of course, everybody wanted the edge when the draft was leading up. Of course, getting to that pick, and certain guys was on the board, i.e., Mike Green in my case. And we just knew we was taking the edge, and then to go get Connerly Jr. Like I said, for a split second, I was blown, but then I snapped out of it like, oh shit. This officer, so much versatility, especially seeing how quick he's known for his pass protection, his strength. He like he said, he can run block too. But I think that he's going to be able to grow and get a lot of insight from a top tackle guy like Tunsil. I think, and like you said, having OG Bobby Johnson, one of the better offensive lineman coaches out there, I think Connerly Jr. is going to definitely shore up that right side, and it's going to pan out. So for our offense to be able to kind of move, last year was the first year starter, and Coleman to be able to move him, a rookie starter, moving him over and getting him inside where they say he was better at, it just solidifies things. And then like one of the keys to what Dan Quinn loves about offensive linemen is just to be able to have that position versatility. So, I was definitely pretty upset when we lost Cornelius Lucas, because I felt like no matter where we needed him, anywhere we needed him other than center, he was able to step in and do a hell of a job. So, that hurt me to see him go. But with the moves that they did to kind of complement that and better and, solidify, strengthen up this offensive line, I think that, we're going to be pretty solid. And I think, as camp coming along, I'm out there. I'm ready to see these guys work. So it's super exciting. Like I always say, it's exciting to see. And one of the other things we want to bring up, what we kind of talked about over the weekend, we had a couple of people asking us, does this Von Miller to DC thing has any traction. And I was looking for it on here. I couldn't find it on Twitter anymore, but there was a tweet from a guy named Chris Forbes. Chad Forbes, I'm sorry, that's why I couldn't find it. Chad Forbes at NFL Bites, he said that the Redskins have interest in Von Miller. So, you know what I mean? How do you feel, Reedie, if we were able to snatch a guy like Von Miller and, you know, lure him over?
I'm not interested. Von Miller, outstanding player, Hall of Famer, great, like love him to death. But at this point, I don't want nobody just to bring somebody along in a big name or whatever, just to, you know, be on the team and give us 4 or 5 sacks. Like, I need somebody that's going to give us 10 plus sacks or be a kind of like a help, a difference maker. Like, I don't feel like at this point in his career, he's really still doing that. I don't know what the stat line was in Buffalo last year or whatever. Can you pull it up while I'm talking? But
yeah, I got you.
I'm just not necessarily like sold on that. I just feel like if we're going to make a move right now, we should bring in somebody a little bit younger that can give a little bit more. Now, that's not a knock on Von because Von is Von. Von's a dog. But I just don't think that it's worth bringing in. I feel like we got enough, you could say, bringing in the veteran leadership and things of that nature. But, I mean, I feel like we got that already. I would rather just bring in somebody else, somebody younger or whatever. So last year he had 13 solo tackles. He had 7 total tackles. He had 6 sacks. I mean, that's decent production, but I mean, you know, we had a guy, Dante Fowler Jr., that had 11 sacks, you know, so I just feel like we gotta, you know, get pressure in other ways. Like Frankie Louisville still coming off the edges and you still blitzing Bobby up the A and B gaps. Jordan McGee and some of those other guys, Kane Madrano, like we got to bring guys from the secondary, just find different ways to get pressure on the quarterback and try to collapse the pocket up the middle with our defensive line. Deron Payne has to have a better year. He has to have a better year. No ifs, ands, buts about it. I just feel like Von Miller really doesn't help us for real, you know, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then there you see Chad Forbes tweet when he was talking about it. That's what came out the other day. So, I mean, I kind of have a different stance on it. Because I think that if you were to go get a guy like Von Miller, one, he wouldn't, it's impossible to be expensive at this point. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure what exactly he's asking for. But I think it should be something favorable, and it'll be a 1-year deal. So, you know what I mean? We got cap space. You know, it'll fall off after this year, so no sweat there. I do think that he could help some of these young guys that we have, i.e. Baptiste. You know what I mean? I do think he will definitely can get some knowledge to pass on. I do think that with the cornerback help that we just got, because I mean they're saying Trey Amos is a day one starter. They're saying he should have been a first round pick. They're saying, you know what I mean, you know, to get him at 61, he was ranked like top 25 or something like that. So to get him at 61 could be possibly the real steal of the draft. So, you know what I mean, having him opposite of Lattimore and then moving Mikey in the slot. You still got Jones. Our secondary cornerbacks are definitely better. So that can definitely, you know, hold the quarterback up from, you know, getting the ball out of his hands and help the D-line and vice versa. So but I do think they are expecting big things out of Baptiste to step up this year. I mean, he played a little bit last year and he did okay. But I do feel like that having a guy like Von Miller in the room helps that. I mean, is he going to blow up the stat sheet? No. But I do think that, you know, if he can come in on passing downs and, you know what I mean, just generate some pressure, shit, why not? You know what I mean? Sign them all. I mean, but, you know what I mean? You do guys, Darius Smith, who's still out there. You got your Judons who's still out there. So there's other options, and it just don't have to be Von Miller per se. But I mean, I do think that his knowledge can kind of sprinkle down on some of the other guys, and you know what I mean, we can make it do what it do.
I would rather bring in a Matthew Judon or Za'Darius Smith before we bring in a Von Miller. Now, are they of the caliber of a Von Miller, like overall? Like, just no. But I just think it's just at this point in time, like it's not really worth the, I mean, I guess if you want to bring somebody along and help them out and all of that, I mean, if we're looking at it from that perspective, then okay, cool. But I'm talking about strictly football on the field. What can you do for me lately and now? No. I'd rather bring somebody else.
You don't think he can be a third down guy? I mean, he ain't got to start.
I mean, he can. Yeah, he can. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's just like, what production are you really going to get out of him? He had 17 total tackles in a season. Like, that's abysmal. Like,
I mean, but I think he was an every down guy. I don't know if he was an every down guy in Buffalo. It could have been his usage too. I mean, you got to look at the snap count as well. So that plays, that definitely plays part.
I get that. 6 sacks. I mean, 6 sacks is 6 sacks. So I mean, I can't take away from that. But I just think, yeah, I'm just not sold on that one. I think we got other blurring needs than to bring in a Von Miller. Why don't we go sign a Justin Simmons or somebody for the back end?
I would love a Justin Simmons
to lock that down. We locked that down. I feel like by the committee, we don't even really have to worry about an edge. We could worry about the edge, next year, or if they're going to trade for, or we'll see what happens with Hendricks in the offseason, or this, that, and the third. But we got other blurring needs to fill before we bring in a Von Miller. Now, if it's some cheap shit, like you said, a 1-year deal, like vet minimum type shit, then why not? Okay, cool. I'll take it, but I'm not going to expect a lot from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a Judon would give you more than a Von Miller at this point in time. But it
looked like he had 279 snaps last year, so 25%.
So pull up Judon and Za'Darius Smith's stat lines from last year. And let's do it.
I'm looking at. I got you. And I'm looking at snap count. The highest snap count on their defense for their D lineman was Gregory Rousseau. He played 67% of the snaps, and his snap count was 735. Yeah, so he only had 279. So he definitely wasn't playing every down. Let me look at Judon. Judon versus Von Miller comparison. And what's some of the comments saying out there? I seen Wes had commented. There was a couple of more on the YouTube side too. What they saying?
They saying pretty much, they want younger players if we're trading for an edge. My sentiments that I said, Payne has to play better. We drafted 3 day one starters. What did they say on Instagram?
Who's the third?
The third starter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. Who is the third? Unless they're counting Jalen Lane as a starter, because he's going to start in special teams, but not offense or defense. I mean, he's probably going to be your punt returner, your kick returner. You probably put him and McCaffrey back there on kick return. The running back. Oh, Z's guy. Oh, Joseph G. Oh, tell me more. This is intriguing. Tell me more.
Hey, I threw that out there because I know that's going. I threw that out. I already knew he probably was talking about my running back.
Oh, really? Running back. Tell me more, Joseph. What like? Why do you feel like he's a starter? Like, so John Gruden was on with John Keim. They call me Reedie Keim, apparently, as of last week. So
2 weeks now. 2 weeks now.
So he was basically saying like, okay, he's a good pickup, but I don't think he's sold on him per se, because he said he's not better than B-Rob and he's not better than Eckler, so he has a better shot at trying to unseat Jeremy McNichols for that third running back spot. But he doesn't think he's going to get a lot of carries and a lot of this and a lot of that. But they do like that they went out and got a back, a shiftier back or whatever. Okay, he says he believes they're going to impress the coaches enough to start at least. Oh, so he's going to overtake Eckler.
That's my sneaky prediction too, though. But I've been kind of being quiet about it. You know what I mean? And we're gonna see how camp go. But like I told you in the all season, we can if we find us a real running back, that can do both, or that can complement. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, I could. I don't even want to say this, but okay, as a number 2 running back, if we're talking about purely running, I could see maybe him.
He can catch the ball too.
So
like he said,
he
said I can catch out the backfield. He said he can do it all. He had an interview. He had an interview last week.
And I agree with you, Joseph. But I feel like when Eckler is good, he's good. Like when he's not injured and he's straight, he gives us a different dynamic. In the
when is he not injured?
Come on, bro. You're not even about to sit here and do that. See, now you about to blow me.
When is he? He's always hurt.
He was hurt 2 times, bro.
2 times this season, and he got hurt in the. He got hurt in the championship game, didn't he? Didn't he get hurt in the championship game?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think he might have when he fumbled. I think he might have got hurt on that play.
Yeah, I don't
maybe.
know. All I know is
you
can't control no concussions, bro.
I mean,
it's a concussion. You act like he out there getting other injuries. Like
some people are more concussed than others, and I don't know how you combat that, but yeah.
Okay, so say for instance, Ja'Cory Merritt, what's his name? Ja'Cory
Krosky Merritt.
Krosky Merritt. He supplants
my man Bill
as Bill. That's my man Bill. He supplants him as the number 2. Okay, I can see Eckler being better as the third down back. He's still going to be the third down back because I don't care what you're talking about. From what I see, I don't think he's better than Eckler out the backfield on passing catches.
To be determined.
Fuck out of here.
I mean, that's now.
That's trying to Eckler out of there. But I bet if Gibby was here, you wouldn't be saying that shit. You'd be picking and choosing, like, bro, like, nah.
This is my new Gibby.
What you doing? What you doing, bro?
This is the new Gibby.
Yeah,
but no, I don't. I mean, in a perfect world, we wouldn't have to get rid of Eckler in a sense. Like early on, I was saying we get one of these top running backs, then Eckler might be gone. But to be honest, I mean, you might not have to get rid of Eckler. You know what I mean? If he's cool with his role, if Youngin steps in and starts snatching carries and he's cool with his role, Eckler seemed like a team guy.
Yeah, I mean,
McNichols might be the odd man out, or your man be back on the practice squad.
I think McNichols probably go back to the practice squad, and
Rodriguez.
Well, I was between him and the other back
Rodriguez
who would be on the practice squad. Yeah, I feel like I'm leaning slightly towards Rodriguez over McNichols. I think McNichols might get cut.
Yeah, if Youngin can make the team.
Yeah,
but if they want to do those, if they want to do one of those things, do them a solid and
they're going to give a 7th round pick. I mean, traditionally, like they shouldn't have a spot, but they're going to keep him for at least one season. At least one season. Now next year, then maybe they might get him out of there if he don't pan out. But the first season they drafted you, you're pretty much kind of a lock unless you just
that ain't true.
Unless you just lazy and just not working, just not doing nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ain't always true. Some 7th round picks get cut. Some be practice squad guys. So, you know what I mean? It just depends. But I mean, with all this hype he getting, if they throw him on the practice squad and he fuck around and gets stole, I don't know. You know what I mean? If they think so highly of him, he might make the roster.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to put him on a practice squad from the tape that I seen. If he has that ability and he shows that in training camp and in these OTAs and these mini camps and stuff like that, yeah, that's nah. You got to stash him on the roster. You have to.
And
To
I'm
me,
not,
I mean,
I'm
that's
not
the
against
whole break.
Eckler
Like,
either, Joe.
if we really talking about our running back room, we're talking about B-Rob. Okay, B-Rob is, we have all agreed, I think, you know, and if there's anybody out there that wants to chime in, if you don't agree with this, let us know. Let's talk about it. B-Rob is the number one because we don't have nobody else. Like, B-Rob is a better short yardage runner than he is a first and second down back. Let's just be clear. B-Rob, and all that he does, I feel like he's a goal line runner. He's a short yardage runner. Like, he should not be. He's not your first and your second down back. He's a guy. He's a backup. Like, you know what I mean? Even when they made him the starter and they took it from Gibby, I wasn't necessarily even sold on that. And I told you this. But then over time, it was like, okay, B-Rob is running this, that, and the third. I feel like he got a little bit of burst and whatever. But B-Rob just doesn't give me what I need out of a first back. Like, I want a little bit more shiftier back, a back that can get you out of there, that could make a cut, make a jump cut and get out of there. Like, B-Rob just doesn't possess that. And I'm not saying that he's not a good player. He's a good player. He's an outstanding player. But he just doesn't give me what I want as my number one back. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Alfred Morris, for all that he did, like, he's not even better than Alfred Morris. Alfred Morris had showed more ability than what he showed. And they're kind of like similar in their stature a little bit. I think Alfred might be a little bit bigger, but that's the comparison that I can, a comp that I can make towards that. Even Fat Rob, when he was here, had a little bit more wiggle than what B-Rob has. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that he's there because of that. And if they would have went out and got a much faster back, a Tootin or somebody like that, Tootin probably would be competing for the starting job. If we being honest, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I think that running back position to get adjusted. I don't know. I don't even know if B-Rob is brought back after this season. Do you?
I don't know. I mean, he's still on the rookie deal, so that kind of saves him. But unless he hoops, no. I was thinking like, Linnell kind of put it on my radar. Like, damn, what if he's moved this year? But I mean, what you gonna get for him in a trade? So you might as well keep him. I think they said if you cut him, you only save like $3 million. So might as well keep him.
I mean, yeah. So if we're looking at this running back room, B-Rob is the number one. Okay, Shorty come in, say he wow. He supplants Eckler as the number two. Okay, he worked his way into maybe possibly being the number one at some point. Cool. Then that pushes everybody else down. McNichols and Rodriguez. I mean, Rodriguez is cool, but he ain't nobody to write home about. Like, they be glazing like, oh, he's a good back. What? He's cool. I mean, he's a Samaje Perine kind of guy to me, in a sense. That would be my comp. So I mean, I feel like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how else to articulate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're kind of like in one of them situations where we got to go with what we got because there ain't really nothing else we can do. You know what I'm saying? And we was fucked up because all we had was 5 picks, and we couldn't get no more picks, so we couldn't get nobody else that could possibly come in here and take his spot. But I love him to death. He runs hard. You know what I'm saying? He's a hard worker, but he's just not fast enough for me and don't have that maneuverability that I want personally as a number one back. Now at number two, all day in the paint. Love him.
Did you see that? That video he posts working on his cuts?
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it.
Oh man, out here. Stop playing with him. But
They said, what's the dream back based off of our situation? The dream back is a Bucky Irving, a Saquon Barkley, somebody that could get your and I'm out of there. Like, give me 15 yards. Not somebody that's going to be giving me and then I'm getting caught, or somebody that can't even give a safety a move. Like, he could have broke 2 runs in that Tennessee game last year. He broke the 40-yard run because it just was blocked fucking perfectly. And then the other one, his vision is quietly is quite questionable because why the fuck would you cut back across the safety's face instead of going to the outside? So he wasn't confident in that he could run away from him. And then that cut was lazy as shit. The cut that he just made in this video was way better than what he made in that fucking game.
Stop it, man. He hear Reedie talking.
Yeah,
all right.
Okay. Okay, do that shit in the game, bro. Do that shit in the game. I love B-Rob though, so don't get it twisted thinking, oh, I'm bashing you guys, always bashing the team. You know how you call yourself a fan and you bash the team. No, I love the team, but I'm just calling a spade a spade. Like, we need more. Like, if we really want to compete with these teams that's like that, that's all I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. Somebody right here said, be better than you was last year for the love of everything.
So
You see your man too?
Yeah,
okay then.
I see the army in the comments. So I mean, I feel like it's a consensus amongst Commanders Nation that B-Rob could be our backup running back, moving forward.
Yeah, somebody said last week or something, he'll be a great number 2.
Yeah,
it'd be a great number 2. But I mean, I want B-Rob to really just like, I wish he could have did a lot better, and I wanted him to kind of take the running back room to a storm, but he ain't really. And I mean, maybe it is the knee and the situation that happened, maybe. But
nobody game planning for B-Rob.
I mean, it's true though, because it was a clip where they showed JCM the other day, and the caption on it was like, B-Rob would have had a 2-yard loss.
Hey Mo, B-Rob is like Stephen Davis from back in the day.
Go ahead.
Hey, Stephen Davis was ugly as shit, Mo. Keep wearing that little breathe right strip on his nose was fat as shit. Boy.
I remember that clip when it came on the news, and your man Westbrook was on top of him, welling on him. It was wrecking. They said he called Westbrook gay or something. Westbrook just crushed him. Like, dang. I think the running back room is wide open. I'm not sure we have who we want, but have some different options. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I don't think necessarily like, our who we really want is necessarily there. But I mean, I'm excited to see what this 7th round pick could come in and do. I feel like he's going to give that room a jolt of energy. So we'll see. But I'm not ready to say that he's going to overtake B-Rob and he's going to overtake Austin Eckler. Fuck no. It's a 7th round pick.
They saying on the IG side, they saying let's see how B-Rob do behind this restructured O-line. And somebody said definitely 100. Keep him with that new offensive line. He will definitely be way better than behind the line, Reedie.
That's cap because like this is what I want y'all to do. And I'm not saying that y'all not doing this or not, but so don't take it that way. Really go break the tape down and like slow that shit down. B-Rob be in the open field getting his ass caught, trying to make a cut. It be slow as shit. Like that ain't got nothing to do with the offensive line. Like as sometimes go look at the rookie's tape. Pull his tape up. Because it's this one cut that he made. Like coming out, he was going like to the 6th hole, and the tackle of somebody was in his way. He gave him like a little stop, hezzy, and then got around him. Like B-Rob can't do that. Like sometimes you got to make your own lane for yourself as a back. Like, come on, we talking about offensive line. Like the offensive line did their job and more. You know what I'm saying? Like B-Rob just like, if he's not going full speed, as soon as he slows down a little bit, that's it. It's a wrap. Make it bigger.
No. This our post. I don't know if you can. If I zoom in, did it zoom in?
Yeah. That's gonna be blurry. You won't got it on Twitter nowhere. Is this it right? No, it's going to the right side. Look at that shit right there. B-Rob could never foot the ground, up, get upfield. Excuse me. high and tight on the football. See that little subtle little cutback straight up the fucking A gap? Excuse me, right up the middle. And that run wasn't even designed to go there. It was designed to go to the outside. He cut straight up the middle of the field. So that's just, is it this one? No, it's going to the he was going to, it was going to the right.
I mean, B-Rob had a hell of a game against the Lions, but we also was running 5 wides. Well, I mean 4 wides, spreading the whole defense out.
How did he get out of that, though? How did he get out of
my man Bill?
Now what we ain't gonna do is we ain't gonna overglaze though, but I mean he nice. He nice. He got a good opportunity to be they said Steven Davis was my man. Steven Davis was my man too. I ain't gonna hold you. Look at that shit right there. The safety was in the hole, had the angle. He still got cooked.
Mm-hmm.
What was his 40 time? A 4.4?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's just my sentiments on the on the running backs room. I love B-Rob to death, but I need more.
Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Was there any other news that dropped this week?
Yeah, not that I can remember. I mean, everything pretty much took over was this NFL 2027 NFL draft. To recap, we started the show off with your president, 45/47, Donald Trump.
45-47.
Go ahead. Dun, 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 dun.
45-47.
Hey, nah, but yeah, they was on there talking about the draft coming here to the National Mall and other locations around the city. They're going to have different things. There was some type of rendering that they showed, but they didn't show it to us. So I'm assuming that it was amazing because Trump alluded to like he can use that for some other things or whatever, hence a rally or whatever. But that's what we started the show off with. Then we went also into our shocking undrafted free agent signing out of Louisville. The wide receiver,
The Jacories are gonna make the team. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah. Then we also went into possible offensive lineman make the team. Tim McKay. We talked about the running backs. What we
Covered
thought
the New
about
Jersey numbers.
Yeah, New Jersey numbers. And next week we got coming up the schedule release is going to be next week, as well as you said rookie minicamp starts Friday.
Yeah.
So we'll have some news on that. Also, tapping with us Wednesday around 8:45 with John Gotti and John from Ballin' and Burgundy podcast.
Juan Gotti.
I said John Gotti. Oh,
yeah.
Juan Gotti. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Juan Gotti and John from Ballin' and Burgundy podcast as we discuss the latest and greatest about the Washington Commanders and our collaboration with them on the Burgundy Breakdown each and every Wednesday. Loving what we're doing over there, loving the enthusiasm over there, loving the interaction. So please come in and chime in. Also, next Monday on Monday Command and moving forward, like we would like for some of you guys to come on and kind of just talk ball with us, chop it up with us or whatever. We'll bring you on the screen. I mean, if you want to be on camera, you be on camera. If you don't want to be on camera, you don't got to be on camera. You can just talk. And just about when we going over specific topics and chime in and give us your opinion. Like we said before, we just gonna keep it a buck and call it like we said. If you disagree, then call us on it. It is what it is. It's a friendly debate. Other than that, we all love this team. We all are fans in the long run. And my opinion ain't the end all be all. You may have a better opinion than I got, but that's just how I see it through my lens of football. And so on for Z. We want to give a shout out to our sponsors, The Pie Guy, also KB3 Events, Saray's Catering, and yours truly right there.
Great clothing line. Great clothing line. We are powered by Great. Tap in with us, www.greatclothingline.com, GR8 Clothing Line. We're gearing up for the summer. We still got some spring pieces on there as well, so tap in with us and come shop.
Yeah, but if you haven't already done so, again, like, share, subscribe. Engage with us on Instagram. Like, and we in them comments, we talk and we chat it up back and forth. It's going to be a long summer, so we got to just make this. We got to make it fun. We almost there. We 4 months away from the season. We got a lot of big news for our team, surrounding our team. We've been asking for this for years, to just be in the mix. And you might have heard it here first. There might be some news as it relates to a Hard Knocks this year in Washington. It seems like it's might be gearing to go that way.
Like an end season?
I don't know if it's going to be an end season, but end season, they're going to do the divisions, but possibly be on the lookout for that. And then also one last thing before we go, how did y'all feel about, the what was going on the internet when they was posting Lamar and JD5 on the Madden cover? What y'all feel about that? Like a DMV edition.
Did you see Mon Dukes over Jaden's shoulder though?
I'd seen that. That was crazy. That was crazy.
If they do it, they got to put Mom Dukes on the cover.
That would be insane. That would
gotta
be
put Dukes on the cover.
On the that's wow. That's wild. You talking about name, image, likeness, like that's you talking about getting to the bag. That's a family affair right there. They put her on the cover.
She getting her own. She getting her own bookings.
They're asking, can you pin the clothing line somewhere so they can find it. That's what they're asking on Instagram. And then they saying, hell no, keep Jaden away from the Madden cover. Do we still think that's a thing? Like the Madden curse and all of that shit? Like, is that really a thing?
I don't think so. Me personally, I don't think so.
I don't know. Shit, put Terry and JD5 on the cover. Fuck they thought. Terry, that's my man.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna call me out on that, Z?
No, that's cool. I was waiting.
I was waiting.
I really.
You gonna let that slide?
I really pulled up on Terry about a year and a half ago to date. Like, hey Terry, you're one. You're not a 1A. You're 1B.
I was wrong. I apologize. I said I was wrong. I didn't know. I was everybody was saying it was a quarterback, and I'm a believer now. It was a quarterback.
Crazy. Went smack at Terry though.
But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all, man. We'll see y'all Wednesday for the Burgundy Breakdown around 8:45 live on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X. We are also on Apple Music and Spotify. Please tap in with us for the audio only versions on there. And also thank y'all for being our supporters and supporting us in everything that we do and chiming in with us when y'all see us out in public, coming up to us, because we really do appreciate it, man. Like we say, we just two fans that love this team. But until next time, I'm Reedie and that's Z, and we
Reedie Zee Shop. It's the Reedie Zee Shop.